Hello students of class 11, welcome to my next online class, and this is the continuation video of the previous chapter projectile. So in this video we are going to solve few questions from projectile numericals, right? So before that we will be revising once more what we have learnt in my previous class. So what is a projectile? When an object is given some initial velocity and it covers few distance under the influence of gravity and air resistance of the atmosphere is called projectile, right? Or you can say when an object is being thrown with some initial velocity and it covers few distance without being propelled by any fuel. That means without any fuel, with what force you have thrown that object, with that force only that object will cover few distance. Now when you throw an object, there can be two possibility. Either you are throwing that object from a certain height, or you are throwing that object from a horizontal plane, right? So the first case here, you are throwing an object from a height. So when you are throwing an object from a height of h is the height here. Now at a certain point here, it will have vertical velocity as well as horizontal velocity, but it has been seen in projectile that horizontal velocity, the velocity along horizontal is 0, because the object does not move horizontally, it falls vertically. So if the velocity at horizontal position like Vs is 0, therefore acceleration along horizontal will also be 0, and acceleration due to Vy is acceleration due to gravity, right? So you see, we have derived an equation time of flight, that is t equals to root under 2h by g. This formula you have to remember. But how we got this formula? You see, we know one formula, s equals to ut plus half at square. Now the object is falling down, that's why this a is g, acceleration due to gravity. But when that object is falling at a certain point, at each and every point here, initial velocity is 0, because now object is in motion, right? So as it is motion, and this s is the distance, what is our height? Height is our h. So we will be writing here h, right? So this is 0, 0 into the 0, half gt square. Now if you cross multiply, you will get t square equals to 2h by g, or t equals to root under 2h by g. This is time of flight, right? This is how we derive. Now similarly, we know speed is equal to distance by time. So distance is equal to speed into time, right? Distance means what here? Horizontal range. What is speed? Speed was our initial velocity, and time is our time of flight, that is root under 2h by g, that is u root under 2h by g, right? Similarly, you see, at this point it has horizontal velocity, it has vertical velocity. That means there will be a net velocity by which the object will strike the ground, that is v. V is the resultant velocity with which an object is striking the ground. That v is given by equals to root under u square plus g square t square. You see how we got this one actually. So when we take this one as a triangle, and this is vx and this is vy. Now if I consider this triangle, this is O, this A, this is V. If this is Vy, this is also Vy, right? And this is V. So V will be root under Vx square plus Vy square. Now Vx square means here you see what is the velocity with which it is being thrown here. That Vx square we will consider as u square, that is the initial velocity. Okay? Because we know V equals to u plus at. So here V equals to u plus at, that is here gt, right? So here you see V equals to Vx square plus Vy square. Means here when you are finding the final velocity here, the velocity with which it strikes the ground, that final velocity is equals to Vx square plus Vy square. Because if you consider this one as right angle triangle, and by Pythagoras theorem we will be getting V square equals to Vx square plus Vy square. So first we will find for Vx, that is Vx equals to Ux, that is gt here. Now Vx equals to ux, or let us consider this one as axt because that is acceleration along horizontal direction. So acceleration along horizontal direction is 0, that means 0 into 2 is 0. So Vx equals to ux, right? Similarly, when we find for vertical direction now, what will be velocity along vertical direction? That is Vy. See, Vy is given by uy plus ay into t. So uy, now object is in motion. So uy is here 0, ay is our g, and this is t. So Vy equals to gt, right? Now when you substitute the Vy and Vx value here, so we will be getting root under u square plus g square t square. That is the velocity with which it strikes the ground. Okay. Similarly, what is the angle by which the object is striking the ground and with the horizontal? Let us consider this is theta. If tan theta, then what will be our tan theta then? Tan theta equals to p by b. So our p we can see that is here Vy, and b that is Vx. Okay. So Vy means again gt and Vx means our u. So tan theta equals to gt by u, or theta equals to tan inverse gt by u. So these are the short derivations of the formulas which we will be using in the numerical, right? So first formula is t equals to root under 2h by g, that is time of flight, or you can say time of descent, means the time taken by an object to strike the ground, and or the time at which the object is in air before striking the ground. Horizontal range, at what distance the object has covered, the object which has been thrown by some initial velocity, how much distance it has covered, that is given by ut, that is u root under 2h by g, and this is the velocity by which it strikes the ground. It is also called instantaneous velocity, right? Velocity at that instant of time, at that time when it strikes the ground, and this is the angle at which it strikes the ground, right? So next we will find that what happens when it is thrown from horizontal level. Next we will find the horizontal travel of a projectile. See, let us consider an object is thrown from point O with an initial velocity u, right? So when an object is thrown with some initial velocity u, it is being resolved into two components, that is u cos theta along horizontal direction and u sin theta along vertical direction. If I consider this is the motion along horizontal direction and this is the motion along vertical direction. Now here also we need to find a maximum height, time of flight, horizontal range, what is the instantaneous velocity, right? So one by one we will see. So let us consider the maximum height here, let it be h here. Okay, so h equals to u square sin square theta by 2g. So this is the formula we have to remember, we have to apply in the numerical, right? But we will see that how this formula has come. Okay, so first of all we know this equation v square minus u square equals to 2as, okay, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and s is the distance traveled. Here you see v square minus u square equals to 2s. When an object travels a maximum height, at a maximum height, when an object reaches at that maximum height, its velocity becomes 0, right? So here you see, we will be considering when an object reaches to maximum height, it is 0. U square, that means initial velocity. What is the velocity? Initial velocity along vertical direction, that is u sin theta. That means here we will be getting u square sin square theta. Now you see 2as was there, in place of a I have substituted minus g, because when an object moves in vertical direction, it is against the force of gravity, so that is minus g we will take. But when an object falls down, we will take plus g. So as I have thrown that object in upward direction, so a became minus g. So what we will get here? Minus 2gh, right? So v is 0 here. Now minus and minus will get cancelled, and if we cross multiply, 2g will be coming in denominator. That means we will get h equals to u square sin square theta by 2g, right? So this is the formula. Next we have time of flight. Now in a time of flight we have time of ascent and here time of descent. Okay, so time of ascent and time of descent. You can say here A stands for ascent and D stands for descent, right? So when an object reaches the highest position, Okay, while going, it is a time of ascent. Okay, that is ASCENT, ascent. Now when an object falls from a maximum height to cover a certain distance, that is called time of descent. So time of ascent and time of descent. So how much time it takes to reach the maximum height, same time it takes to reach the ground. That means small t plus small t, that is 2t, right? So capital T, time of flight, equals to 2t, 2 small t, right? So how we are going to find this one, you see? So when an object is being thrown in a vertical direction, we will use this formula, s equals to ut plus half ayt square. So what is the velocity along vertical direction? Uy, that is u sin theta. But when an object is thrown in a vertical direction, after that it comes back to the ground due to influence of gravity. That means what is the vertical displacement then? So vertical displacement is temporary. When an object moves to a certain height, again it falls down. That means vertical displacement is 0 here. So in place of s, that means y is 0. Okay, s means distance. Here distance is along y axis. That's why I have considered y. So y is 0. U is u sin theta, and ay is g. Now if I substitute this value here, in place of s, 0, uy means u sin theta, and t means time of flight, minus half ay t square. Now again when an object is being thrown up, so we will consider s minus g, that is half g t square. Now if you take to other side, if you cancel 1t and 1t, and if you cross multiply t, you will be getting 2u sin theta by g. This is time of flight. Okay, horizontal length, we know speed is equal to distance by time, right? So speed is equal to distance by time. So distance equals to speed into time. Speed is what, our along horizontal direction, u cos theta, that is u cos theta along horizontal direction, and t is time of flight. Now if you cross multiply, you will get u cos theta 2u sin theta. Now one formula we have, u into u square. Now 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta, right? So u square sin 2 theta by g. This is the horizontal range. And instantaneous velocity means the velocity at which it strikes the ground, that is given by vx square plus vy square. So vx, again from that equation, v equals to u plus at. U means ux and a means ax. T, ax, that means acceleration along horizontal direction is 0. vx equals to ux plus axt. This is 0. So 0 into t is 0. So what is ux here? Ux means u cos theta. So in place of vx we will write u cos theta. It means v square means u square cos square theta. Right? Similarly, vy can be written as uy minus ayd. Ay means here g. Right? What is uy? That is u sin theta minus gt. So in place of vy, what I have substituted? U sin theta minus gt. So you can use the formula a minus b whole square formula. We will substitute the given values in the numerical. So let's start the numerical portion. I hope you have understood the formulas. So if not, you will just let me know in my personal WhatsApp number. I will help you with that. Right? So let's start our numerical. So question number 1, a ball is projected horizontally with a velocity of 3 meter per second. That means what is the horizontal velocity? 3 meter per second. That is vx equals to 3 meter per second. What is the velocity of the ball after 0.4 second? So time is given here 0.4 second. So you see, we know vx is 3 meter per second and vy, what was the formula? That is gt. Okay, so g means acceleration due to gravity, which is given 10 meter per second square, and time is given here 0.4. So when you multiply, you will get 4 meter per second. And we know when an object falls from a certain height, you see the instantaneous velocity v is equals to summation of vx square plus vy square, that is v, right? So this v, instantaneous velocity, we have to find. That is vx is what? U is 3 square, and vy is gt is here 4 meter. That means 3 square plus 4 square, that is 9 plus 16, 25, and root under 25 is 5 meter per second, right? So this is the velocity by which it strikes the ground. Now let's see for another question. A projectile is fired horizontally with a velocity of 98 meter per second. Now when object is being thrown, so what is the horizontal velocity? That is again 98 meter per second. So for this question, Vx is 98 meter per second, right? From a top of a hill of height 490 meter height. That means height of a hill is also given 490 meter. Find the time to reach the ground. So when an object is thrown from a certain height, we know if the height is h, so the time taken will be root under 2h by g. This is the formula. So root under 2h, how much is the h? 490, and g is 9.8. Right? In this question it is not given 10 meter per second, so we have to take 9.8 here. So 249, that is 4.9, or we can say 490 into 0 by 49, because when this point will remove, 10 will be going out. 49 10s are. So 10 into 10 is there, so square root, so it is 10 seconds. Okay, so what is the time of flight here? 10 seconds. So number 1 answer is 10 seconds. Next, distance of the target from the hill. So distance we know that is given by speed into time. So what is our speed here? Speed is our velocity, initial velocity, into time. Time is here around 10. So you see, initial velocity it is given 98. That means 98 into 10, that is 980 meters per second, or 980 meter, right? So 980 meter per second into second, that means second and second will get cancelled, then we will get 980 meter. Okay. So the velocity with which it will strike the ground. Now velocity is given by, that is the instantaneous velocity. This was point number 1, this was point number 2, horizontal length, and point number 3, that is the target, the velocity with which we strike the ground, that is v equals to root under vx square plus vy square. So first we will calculate vx. What is vx? That is 98 meter per second, right? And vy is given by gt, right? What is g? Our 9.8, and t is 10. So here also 98 meter per second. Now when you will substitute vy and vx over here, so we will get root under 98 square plus 98 square. Okay, or you can say 2 into 98 square, because here if I consider as 1 and here is 1, that is 1 plus 1 2. So 2 times of 98 square, so 198 will be coming out, right? And root under 2. 98, you leave your answer up to here, or you multiply 98 into 1.414. So whatever will be the answer, that is our required answer, that is meter per second, right? So you can leave your answer up to here also, meter per second. So this is the velocity with which it strikes the ground. So for this type of questions, you need to remember the formula of maximum height, what is time of flight, horizontal range, instantaneous velocity for the vertical throw and horizontal throw. So now the object is being thrown from the horizontal. It covers a certain distance with an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal, right? So make sure the angle has to be with horizontal. If it is with vertical, suppose in the question it is given with vertical, the angle is made with the vertical, then you need to subtract 90 minus 30, 60 degree to get the actual theta. Okay, that time you will not be using 30 degree, that time you will be using 60 degree. Always the angle should be with the horizontal, right? So here SL is fired at an angle of 30 degree to the horizontal, that means theta is 30 degree, with a velocity of 392 meter per second, that means u is 392 meter per second. Find the time of flight, t we have to find, horizontal range we have to find, and the maximum height we have to find, right? So time of flight, just now we have seen the formula 2u sin theta by g. 2 into 392 sin theta, sin 30, sin 30 is half. So when you substitute here and we will calculate, we will get in 40 seconds. So this is our answer. Next we have horizontal range. Horizontal range formula is given by u squared sin 2 theta by g. That is 392 whole square into sin 2 into theta, that means 2 into 30, that is sin 60. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. Substitute the values and solve, you will get this answer. Now third, we have to find the maximum height attained. Maximum height attained is given by u square sin square theta by 2g. So u square is also given, sin theta, that means sin 30 whole square, and 2 into g. So after calculation we are getting 1960 meter. Okay, so this is how we have to solve for the horizontal projection, and that was the question which we had solved that previously, that is was the vertical projection. So next question we have, find the angle of projection at which the horizontal range and maximum height are equal. Okay, so we have to find the theta at which the maximum height attained by the projectile is equal to the maximum distance traveled by it. That means horizontal range equals to maximum height, r equals to h. So what is the formula of r here? That means u squared sin 2 theta by g, and maximum height is here u squared sin square theta by 2g. So you see u square and u square both will get cancelled, g and g will get cancelled. So what we will left out here? Sin 2 theta. So sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta. Again sin square theta, one sin and one sin will get cancelled. We will have 2 cos theta and sin theta. Now if you cross multiply sin theta by cos theta, what will get? Tan theta, and 2 to the 4. That means tan theta equals to 4, or theta equals to tan inverse 4. But in the question it is given here, if tan theta equals to 4, then theta equals to 75 degree 58 minute. That means what is the value of our theta? That is 75 degree 58 minute. This is our required answer. Okay, so these are the few questions. Okay, just I have shown you what are the questions, different type of questions, but more you practice from your textbook, from your example, you will get the perfection. Okay, so practice more and more questions from this projectile. So in my last video of vector, Arvind has asked a question in the comment section that, sir, can you please explain the collinear vector or not? So Arvind, collinear vectors are those vectors which act along the same line. Okay, so it can be in same direction, it can be in opposite direction, but they are acting at the same line, right? So this was the definition, and definitely you write the notes which I have given you previously in your exercise book, and refer textbook as well as my note, and practice as much as question. Okay, so for this video only this much. See you again in my next video. Till then, goodbye.